Hey there. So I'm going to talk briefly about the Enneagram Type 1 for people who lead with this type or grew up in a family with a strong influence of this type, or a religion or a culture of any kind. This can feel really familiar. So the worldview of the Enneagram Type 1 is to look out on the world and see error, and look in on the inner world and see error. And so the response of the defense system and the personality makes complete sense, is to reform and improve and perfect, right? And how does that show up? It looks like a pretty harsh inner critic and grappling with a lot of anger that the world is not the way it ought to be, the way it should be. And really that anger is powerlessness at the chaos and the lack of order in the world. So what are the steps to healing in the Enneagram Type 1 dynamic? The first thing to healing for any of us in any context is to give some space to that defense system, right? To give the inner perfectionist, the inner reformer, the inner critic some space. To notice when it's activated, to really witness the earnestness it has in protecting us, and to watch the beautiful internal parts that think they get their value from being perfect, from being right, from following the rules, and from creating the perfect world. And the invitation beyond that noticing is to play with the idea of accepting and relaxing into that things are perfect just as they are. They're perfect in their imperfection. That chaos and lack of order is part of the perfection of life. And then the outcome over time is a thing that ones have a hard time imagining they'll ever experience, which is serenity. Natural synthesis, emergence of serenity starts to begin to happen. So for all of the Enneagram Type 1's parts of us, and for all the Enneagram Type 1's in the world and the cultures that lead with the one, may we have softness, may we have perfection in the imperfection, may we have serenity, and maybe be able to relax into that.